previously on Follow the Leader. So, Mr. Sims, if you would like
Yes.
to discuss where we're playing today.
Okay, so we are playing a micro setting called Atlantis City. Opening being Atlantis, the Big Oyster. Tales are still told of the magical wonders of the city before the calamity sent it below the waves, but these days folks have bigger things on their mind, like hitting the jackpot on the whirlpool. On the ocean floor, Atlantis has found a second life, calling the weird and outlandish denizens of the deep with the promise of gambling and vice. The casinos run everything in this city, but running the casinos is no easy task. So, we are all, I believe, playing people who either work for or are connected to the Golden Fleece, which is a sort of a fading 2-bit casino, a significant way off the main trench of Atlantis. And so I am playing the Astounding Adonis. Pronouns he, him. Profession is a wannabe stage mage.
I'll be playing Hera Karkinos. Pronouns are she, they. Her profession is a lounge singer.
My name is Anglamash. Pronouns are he, they. Some may call me a 2-bit hustler. I'm a guy who can make things happen.
And I'm playing Nikolaus Stillwater. His pronouns are he, him. His profession is pugilist. He's trying to be a prize fighter. The two mysteries that we have, first and foremost, who killed Silas Grint? Silas being the now deceased owner of the Golden Fleece. We now return to your game, already in progress. All right, we're back to the top of the order.
So it's me, Johnny. So, given we've very much partied up, I'm going to frame the scene that the general manager of Poseidon's Rest leads the group through the big bustling. Like it's still relatively early in the evening, but Poseidon's Rest is already absolutely rammed. Like it is full of the absolute top class clientele. And the manager leads our party through to a private back room, opens the door, and sat there at a Nemo table, Nemo being the dominoes-like bluffing game of choice, is Cass Primo of the Primo family, who gives the manager a nod, and he leaves you alone. Hello. Please, take a seat.
Hey, all right. It's the Primo family. The Constantines run the Poseidon's Rest,
yes.
And the Primo family are positioned adversarial to them.
Yeah, they've got a few big casinos, but none of them as big as Poseidon's Rest.
Okay. Angla sits at the table.
Nikolaus sits at the table and says, sorry, I'm usually a cards guy.
That's all right. We won't be playing. This is not currently A game that, well, there's a different sort of bluffing game going on here right now. Niklaus? So,
Niklaus just kind of grins a little and is like, I don't bluff.
Oh, baby.
Listen, one of his tags is no thoughts, head empty.
I know.
Yep.
Honest to a fault.
Incredible.
I feel some introductions might be in order. My name is Cass Primo. I'm sure you're more familiar with my older brother Adrian, hopefully soon to be mayor of this city. And I thought we might have a small discussion.
I mean, I suppose I can try to... Me and my friend Donnie, we can try to reduce the vastness of ourselves to fit a smaller talk.
Yes.
I think that sound is definitely in character for Hera. Just like...
Adonis is on the back foot, but is sort of trying to, hide his confusion. He will... I was kind of expecting a Constantine. He looks around the room.
Well, I mean, today's full of unexpected surprises for you, huh?
Yes. Cass sort of settles deeper into her chair. Yes, I suppose it wasn't really necessary for me to bring you here precisely, but I wanted to demonstrate that the Constantines are not necessarily the horse you want to be backing right now. They are complacent, lazy, not really watching even their own territory right now. And she will reach down and slide over the table something that looks remarkably like the will that you would have expected to see in that folder, Angler.
Well, I mean, I'm not a horse kind of guy. So, I'm not backing anybody here. We're just
Interesting that the murder of our very small and humble little establishment would be constituted as backing a horse in either race.
No, you slightly misunderstand me. You are going to need to make some decisions as to who you want to be, involved with. Because according to this will, the Golden Fleece is yours.
What a weird and an unfortunate choice.
So
Wait, yours like ours? Yours like hers? Or his?
Well, according to this, and I'll be honest, I'd kind of expected to have to do some, creative work on it, but no, the will itself reads that the fleece is to be left to its employees.
Co-op.
Socialist rise! Just kidding. That was not in character.
I'll be honest, given the amount of debt that the Golden Fleece is currently in to the Constantine family, I suspect it was actually closer to a last cruelty on the part of Silas.
The man was never known for his generosity in any respect.
Now, given the situation, I would expect the Constantines to be in touch with you very soon to discuss your ownership and your debt to them, but I very much wanted to have this talk with you to emphasize that long term, I don't think that the Constantine family is where you want to be placing your bets. And debts can be cleared from all sorts of interesting sources if people can be of use. I don't know what the Constantine's interest is in the Golden Fleece. There is something there. some reason that they were... They spent a lot of time in discussions with Silas, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is about your, and forgive me for saying so, crummy little casino that attracts their attention so. But I want to know. And then I want it to belong to the Primo family.
This is a you're with us or against us kind of talk, huh?
I mean, I imagine that were Skiff Constantine here, and Cass will give Hera a subtle but distinct look, you'd be getting a very similar sort of talk. It's not an ultimatum as much as a stating the situation as it lies. Anyway.
So what you're saying is, no matter what happens, I'm gonna have to owe 2,500 clams to whoever gets the casino?
Yes, but if it's any consolation, Nicholas, yes. So, according to this, if I'm reading it right, which obviously not a lawyer, but if I'm reading this right, then you would now owe 2,500 clams to Adonis, Hera, Angler, and I imagine the various croupiers and bartenders of the Golden Fleece.
Each?
However, no, not each, collectively. But if it is any consolation to you, Nicholas, collectively they do owe, I believe, 250,000 to the Constantine family.
Oh,
Well, the casino does, but you know how owners and their property can so often be conflated in these sorts of discussions.
Nicholas looks at Hera and is just like, I promise you, I'm good for the money. I'll help you. I'll pay it back.
Like, Hera's just been, like, standing behind the chairs and just sort of, like, playing with her hair through this whole conversation. And she's just like, oh, sweetheart. That's adorable.
You take some time, think it over. The will is right there. I have other places to be, but this room is paid off through the night, so feel free to enjoy yourself on the Primos. And she will swim away.
I have an idea.
Oh.
How much stuff can I do in someone else's scene in terms of like transitioning?
It's loads. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's like, as long as the focus idea of the scene.
I think I probably might say that this is the end of that scene.
Yeah.
And like we can start a new scene that's like
in immediately
the
after.
fallout.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I have. Oh wait, no, it's not me yet.
Well,
Hera has to go before me. I just have something that I think should happen before Cass leaves.
well, you're allowed
yeah,
to.
no, please,
you're
please.
allowed to do interjections, provide details, etc. So,
Fantastic. Because we've established that Niklaus has very good hearing, because sharks have very good hearing. So he would be the one to hear the slide of a Tommy gun being pulled back outside the door.
Oh wow. Okay.
ooh,
That escalated quickly.
What's incidentally? I'm gonna because I really liked the harpoon sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm.
What is the subnautical version of a Tommy gun? What's the Atlantis? Because this isn't in the micro thing, so I really want to know what the Atlantis City version is.
I think it has the drum magazine brings to mind a pufferfish.
ooh, yeah,
Or a
like
sea urchin?
poison needles.
It's like pufferfish quills.
Yeah, exactly. Just like it's like an orb that like rotates really quickly as it fires off needles.
I like the idea that it's an actual pufferfish, and so like the.
Well, now I'm just seeing him like having to bagpipe it under his arm.
Well, no, because I think it's like the equivalent of the ka-chunk like loading is the of the bag of the pufferfish being inflated.
Mm-hmm. Like that. Incredible. So Nikolaus hears that first and can react as a voice from outside says, "We're watching closer than you think," and they open fire.
Oh no!
Good thing I'm a crab. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, you are crab.
Okay, so
But there's a table to jump over, and tip over. Angler goes for the contract or the will,
Yep.
and just everything explodes into chaos.
So I'm gonna give the Golden Fleece a marker, I think.
Okay.
Because we're establishing that it is
A MacGuffin of some sort.
way.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to turn one of Adonis's markers into a tag in over his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Okay, so that's me appending the end of Johnny's story.
Yeah, no, I love it. Love it.
It's good.
As somebody just unloads. I've been watching a lot of gameplay from the definitive edition of Mafia, which is why I think I'm in the right headspace.
Yeah.
Which means it's Hera is next as somebody unloads a machine gun into, or I guess a machine fish into this hotel room or back room that we've been given.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So, does Cass get caught in the hail of quills?
I think that's up to. I think that's part of setting the scene. Like, how are we feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how are we feeling? Hold on a second. I'm just gonna cognitize.
Yeah. No, I'm aware that my last scene was very much like let's just throw a huge amount of stuff in there.
We're just obviously it's good. Keep it going, keep it snappy. I'm just trying to decide what Hera's motives are. Which is, I really don't think she cares enough either way to like intervene on behalf of Cass. All things considered, she is a very self-interested party.
Mm.
So, I think
Verily, she wants to survive this, I'm sure.
Oh yes.
Though you are crab, so
I am crab.
Yeah, your carapace might take the. You might not need to worry about getting shot by a Tommy gun.
No, it's mostly, I think, like part of it is like, obviously she'll sort of like duck to the side and then just start. Well, I think, yeah. Okay, so the chaos gets unleashed within the room, and she ducks off to the side, and then is just like, oh my god, like more like eye rolling than really like exasperated. She's she's like, ugh.
Someone's
trying
to kill everyone in this room.
So cliche. Jesus. But dog. And well, I think like her motive is going to be to try and like crab claw the person that's shooting into the room. And so, she's gonna go try and do that. And just crab claw out and just swipe through the door at whoever's shooting in through it. How far away, I guess, was the person? I guess if they're just like kick open the door.
They didn't even kick open the door. They just fired through the closed door and the wall.
Okay.
There might actually be a couple people out there doing like a big strafing, barrage.
Then, sorry, I just having to say the words. Then she's going to crab scuttle. Just gives you a great mental image. But she is crab. There's only one step, and it is crab. And so yeah, she's going to kind of like do a little side strafe because she's a crab, and just like claw her way. Like, use her claw and just, like, knock down the rest of the wall and try and catch whoever's on the other side. And I think she'll, like, call back over her shoulder and just being like, would she try to inspire Niklaus to action?
Oh, I'm thinking. Do we think incidentally that because I was thinking Cass might have like had a few like of her own people like
I would think she would have a few goons
around like
Yeah.
acting as patrons. So I think this might just be descending into like
a firefight.
Yeah.
like a proper little scuff like
Mhm.
yeah
I think-
we may have accidentally inspired a small
Turf war. Yeah.
Mm.
Because then the Constantines are also there, and whoever this other
Yeah,
third
these
party
guys,
is.
these guys are dressed as workers at the Poseidon's Rest.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, but they look like they work for the Constantine.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think like Hera will kind of like knock the wall down so there's an exit, and then just kind of like turn around and just be like, all right, come on, you babies, let's get going. And just being like, oh, I'm leaving. This is ridiculous. And she'll just kind of like strongman her way through the crowd and she'll just take swipes at anybody who comes close enough. And, so like, she doesn't care. You'll catch these big meaty fists of hers, big meaty claws, and it's just kind of like clearing a path for the rest of them or whoever wants to follow.
Mhm.
Might even describe them as escape claws.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think Angler, like as all this is happening, grabs the will off the table and stuffs it into his coat.
Mhm.
I think Cass gets winged but not badly hit, and is like being like rushed out by some of her goons.
Yeah.
Yep. Adonis is going to summon up what small magic he has and go, what's a good magic word? I don't have a good magic word. Bamboozless. And like there's just going to be like a lot of very stagey sort of flashing lights and like mini fireworks just going off in the room.
Just being a very good
to try and-
distraction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, I think Nikolaos takes advantage of the distraction to get up close and trying to disarm the gunfish. Just like fucking going at it with his fists. Like he brought boxing gloves to a gunfight, but he's making a go of it.
Oh, of course.
Well, I mean, hey, yeah, Hera's got his back on that. She's got crab claws to a gunfight.
I think maybe Niklaus gets like stuck with a couple of pins, not enough to like wound him, but enough that he's like gonna be real groggy
Mm-hmm.
and kind of out of it for the next scene.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Angler, I think, like, it's not a big part of his skill set, but he has a deep one, which means that who are like huge, like monstrously strong fish people. So I think after like someone gets winged, he like grabs the Nemo table and like is carrying it as movable cover.
I think the Nemo table might be a bit, because I don't know if it would fully go through the door, because like it's like if you imagine like a big poker table.
Yeah, fair. Well, Hera broke the wall down.
I didn't break a hole big enough for a table, but also if you get enough momentum, you can break down the rest of the wall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think the probably the important beats, right, of this action scene, which we don't have really the mechanics to simulate, is
Asterisk chaotic, chaotic flurry.
Cass gets out. Her boys start shooting up the casino to cover their exits. Hera and Nikolaos, crack some skulls. And Angler gets the will. I think Donnie got hit. And Angler, in the chaos, sees something glint on one of the guys that Hera knocked down, and like grabs it real quick on the way out. And we don't see on camera what it is.
Okay. Angler, I'm hit, I'm dying. Oh, I can feel it. Oh,
it's gonna be okay. It's usually just a paralytic, so it's it's like that stuff you're always swinging.
Oh, I can see it all. Oh,
All right.
make
all
sure.
right.
Oh,
Make sure that
Leave him.
my future. What do you mean leave me? Don't leave me. I've been.
I'm
That was
I'm carrying you. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, Angler, this is it.
It's not.
This is it. I'm sorry, old friend. Oh no.
oh my god.
Nicholas is like sluggishly pulling needles out of his hide, and he looks at Adonis and he like slurs.
Oh,
You can't die till I pay back those 2,500 clams.
No, listen, if he dies, you don't have to owe him any.
Well, he owes the whole
I mean,
casino.
technically,
Yes.
well, it's a complicated situation. It's a complicated. We'll need to sit
I love
down
to draw you out of your woe and spite.
no.
Come on, you big baby.
Yeah, as we're running through the streets, the gunfire, or I guess it probably still makes loud noises, even if
Yeah,
it's
it's like
not.
a
Yeah. And fireworks, and all sorts of stuff. Someone throws a Molotov. As we make our way back, probably to the Golden Fleece, unless we have like a different safe house.
No, I think the Golden Fleece sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, actually no. Wait, no, that is. Oh, that does feel. That is. Okay.
Oh.
Dear.
Good.
Dear.
Oh, good. Now he won't talk.
Your tongue is swelling up.
It's not. I don't know if that's
It's
entirely
normal.
true.
Oh.
Angela, I can't move.
It's all right. It's gonna be okay. You just gotta wash it through your system. We'll get some. I don't know, something to drink it off.
Okay.
It's the last thing he needs. So yeah, we'll go ahead and chaotic escape conclusion as we make our way back. So with that, we'll go ahead and give Poseidon's Rest another marker and turn that immediately into a tag, and that'll be
Turf War
let's see,
Ground
what is
Zero.
something- Yeah, basically, I was going to be like a hive of activity, but also shot up.
Yeah, I think Ground Zero is the
Yeah.
right wording.
Ground group.
Yeah. So we cut. It's my turn, right?
Yes.
We cut to the Golden Fleece, where there are the police tape is still up, but the police are gone because there's commotion elsewhere in town, and like they weren't finding any real leads anyway. As a lot of the workers have left for the day because like it's closed, they can't do anything, and most of them aren't player characters, so it doesn't matter what they're doing. So it's the four of us in the kitchen where I think Angler is making some sort of old family recipe that might be like this'll help with the pufferfish poison.
Okay. Adonis is completely rigid. He is basically planking. Where are you just sort of placing him?
I think he's just on one of the islands that people usually do prep work on.
Just popped him on the countertop.
Yep, basically.
All right. So Nicholas, can you get a funnel? We're gonna need a funnel.
No, I don't need a funnel. I don't think that's a good idea.
No, you gotta drink it.
I need to drink it. I can't. Out of my mouth.
That's what the
Nicholas.
funnel is for. You just
Okay.
Listen. It's either we put it in the mouth or the nose, and that will be worse.
put it up his nose, please.
Yeah, Nicholas like goes through the cabinets and is just like kind of drunkenly like flinging stuff out of the cabinets looking for the funnel before he finally comes up with one and like drags himself over and hands it to Angler.
All right. So I had to make it a little thinner than usual. This is Mama Hydra's 5-alarm chili.
If I don't feel well.
He's gotta let the heat build, and then it's gonna make you move.
No.
So in the background of this scene, Angler is just gradually and in the background of the scene, Adonis is just going to be gradually getting redder and redder.
Yeah. As Angler says, all right, we need to think about what we know and keep this crazy situation straight in our minds, because something weird is going on. So there's something in the Golden Fleece that the Constantines want. And not even knowing what it is, the Primos want it too. And they want it bad enough to fight for it. And it looks like the Constantines also want to fight for it.
What if
What?
what if Silas, what if he buried gold in the basement?
That's a
money?
terrible investment to bury gold.
And the
Adonis's
Constantines
eyes go wide.
But I
They
mean,
got
His incredibly red face.
Mhm.
it'd look good. Maybe there's gold in the
It
basement
would
because he
look
wanted it to
good?
look good.
Honey. No.
I mean, maybe it feels like just money, something of material value. They're already the biggest game in town. I don't know why they would need more beyond, I guess, just the rank greed of a monopoly.
What if it's magic gold?
That makes more sense.
Okay.
But this is all. There's something else.
There's always something else. How much do we really want to dig into it, though, is the question.
Well,
We're already gills deep. We might as well figure it out.
Well, if
Well, okay.
Gills Deep resulted in us, she points back at the Adonis, like that, then do we... Yes, exactly. Exactly. I know. It's awful. It's terrible.
It burns!
Yeah.
it burns really good. You come out of that, we'll get some milk for you.
I mean,
If you come out of it.
He's coming out of
okay. I mean, you don't necessarily have gills, being a crab and all. So
That's not what I meant. I understood it was a metaphorical thing. But the point is that are we not in over our heads? Is the
Yeah, but-
ownership of the fleece really worth, again, she points at Adonis, coming up like that?
Part of the problem is, whether it's worth it or not, you two own it. Which means that the sins.
Well, yes, everyone who works here owns it.
Yes,
It's not
which
just
is-
me, and it's not just him.
what if they kill you too? Like, what if they just want to kill
Oh.
whoever owns it?
Then,
Oh
oh no, he's back.
You doing good?
What was in that, Angler?
Well, we got this special kind of pepper that we grow where the sun doesn't shine, and where we kind of fertilize it in the skin flakes of our slumbering god.
Yes, I tasted that.
Mm-hmm.
Thought
It's
there was
just
something.
I got an eldritch tang to it.
Yes,
Mwah.
it's piquant.
Yeah. No. Anyway, the problem is whatever the Constantines want and whatever the Primos want, it's in here. We're all party to it, and if we try to divest ourselves of it, one, they're probably gonna think, oh, they're divesting themselves. They must have already found it and have taken it, and they'll come after whoever leaves. But
Yes, I don't see that there's any way we get away from this clean.
speaking of clean, there's another wrinkle. Because one of those mooks with the fishy guns, he had this on it. And Angler slaps down something on the counter. And it is a gold badge with the letters SFA on it.
What is that, Angler?
I got no idea.
Ooh, how exciting.
I mean, I guess, who do we know whose name starts with SSA?
SFA.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. Would this be is this a person's name? Or is this some sort of new organization?
If they're making shiny badges, most likely it's the organization.
And I don't imagine Deep Ones really go in for this sort of marking.
No. I mean, I haven't.
It's certainly not an official body within Atlantis that I'm aware of.
You think it's merfolk?
Maybe, or somewhere further afield. I don't know.
Ocean's
it's a big ocean
place. Yeah.
Well,
my professional opinion is that we should just let whoever wants this place take it and go find new jobs that aren't like this.
You think they're gonna let you just take it off your hands when you owe them all that money?
I mean, we could try to simply give it to the Constantines so that they can just have it, but I mean, would that be antagonizing the Primos? And moreover, Adonis nudges this badge. It does feel, I mean, this doesn't seem to be the Primos or the Constantines, which means that little, event was orchestrated by a third party.
Tagen.
Yes.
I would like to add a detail. If anybody is paying attention, you can see hanging out near the door to the kitchen, Cersei is just watching this, and if anybody looks over, she swims away.
What?
Oh my god! Boo-doo-doo-doo-boo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, is Cersei maybe the eel assassin?
I mean, eels are fast, you know?
I mean, yeah.
And they got sharp teeth.
Some of them can conduct electricity, so she could have stunned Silas before performing her nefarious deeds.
Let me tell you, electricity is not the only way she can stun a fellow.
But all right, Adonis, we get it.
Right, so it's agreed then. We try to figure out what's going on, and so I think our best play to stay alive as long as possible is to hang on to the Golden Fleece and try to figure out what everyone's after.
Find whatever it is that the Constantines and the Primos are willing to kill for.
And who knows? Maybe their war will resolve in such a way that there's an obvious winner who we can then deal with and try to find a way out of this situation. And also let's, I hate to bring it up, but this situation could also make us all a lot of money. If we play it right. If there is something valuable in the Golden Fleece. If we get the fleece running well again. I mean, you know that the reason these tables are empty is because Silas was not a very good manager. You know, maybe we can turn this place around.
I'm so glad you've stopped trying to lick his boots that he's dead. Oh.
I mean, you know, he did let all manner of riffraff just kind of come and go as they please.
Hey.
Yeah, on the payroll, too. Oh,
Well, it's
no comeback for that?
I mean, not really. I'm trying to think, because right now here, I'm trying to think of a way for us to get out of this alive and hopefully on top. And while I appreciate that most of your brain power is going towards just getting little digs and little needles at the rest of us, it might be time for you to get on board.
Yeah, the house always wins. And they may have a bigger house, but now we also have a house.
Oh boy.
We do have a house.
Well, I'm very interested to see how this all plays out. In all honesty.
Got a real detached air to yourself as somebody who also owns this place.
Yes, an unfortunate result, isn't it?
I mean, nobody has to wear their emotions on their claws.
All right.
Okay. Hera honestly doesn't have anything to say to that. She's like, okay.
Golden Fleece on 3.
He doesn't. Okay.
One,
Golden.
2, Golden Fleece.
Where's
Golden
the?
Fleece.
I thought you were going to count to 3.
That's all.
That was
let's try that again. So, okay, 1, 2, 3.
Golden
Fleece.
Golden
Excellent.
Fleece.
Good job, everyone.
Listen, I'm
All
gonna
right.
line that up in post, so...
That's
No, I
that's
love
scene.
it not being
No,
lined
that
up.
was, no, that was,
yeah.
that
It
was
can't
like,
be lined up. That's the
I was
whole
being
point.
very careful not to line it up
Okay.
with anyone.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll make sure.
It was like
all
bold of
right,
you to
I'm
think,
gonna-
no, Hera would not be in sync with everyone.
I'm going to give the Golden Fleece another marker, which I will transmute to a tag immediately. And that tag is Fulcrum of the Future.
Ooh.
It all turns on this.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah. So, for my scene, I want to do a dream sequence, which is, I doubt we're actually going to sleep, but Nikolaos did not partake of the remedy.
I mean, Adonis is definitely sleeping because he hasn't slept in like 2 days and has just been poisoned. So
All the excitement wears off and he's just out.
yeah, once the adrenaline is off, he's just like literally just
The
floating.
adrenaline and the chili
Yeah.
have left his system.
Yeah. So I want this dream sequence to happen a little later, and I think it's less a dream and more like a toxin-fueled hallucination as the rest of the toxin works its way out of his system. But this dream sequence starts with Nikolaos in the casino playing cards, but none of the cards make sense. Like, he's trying to play a game he doesn't understand with cards that he doesn't recognize. And the backs of the cards all have the SFA emblazoned on them. But eventually, like, he loses all his money and he tries to play more, but the folks around him, like not even employees of the casino, just kind of surround him and then like drag him bodily back up to Silas's office. And Silas is sitting there, seemingly normal, like he's got his head tilted down so Nikolaos can't see his face. And then he looks up and his face is just skeletal, and he points to one of the walls, and that's when Nikolaos like kind of snaps out of it, and he goes over, he swims around and finds Angler and like shakes Angler by the shoulders, and it's just like, I got it. I've got it, Angler.
Fantastic. Give it to me.
It's in the office. Whatever they're looking for, I know. It's in the office. It's in one of the walls. He hid it there.
All right, let's do some redecorating. Is Hera also here?
I would imagine that, yeah, she's probably stuck around, because she, one, really wants to see how this plays out, both for her own self-interest and, two, on behalf of the Constantines. But, that one's not public. But, yeah, she'll have remained within the casino overnight if that's where everyone's sleeping currently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Adrian will have just passed out. Possibly in Silas's office, actually. He'll have just because Silas did have quite a comfortable chair.
Mm-hmm.
He's already imagining it as his own.
Well, what Angela's gonna do is gonna be like, let's let Hera sleep. We can handle it.
Try to knock down a wall without the one that has big giant claws?
I got my own claws.
Okay, that was weird.
So Adonis is probably sleeping in the office. Are you waking him up, or are you trying to get through the wall quietly enough to not wake him?
I really... Please, do it without trying to wake him.
Adonis is awoken by the sound of Angler just scratching their claws against the wall of Silas's office. I got fish claws. They're not big crab claws, but
Nicholas is helping
tap,
by
tap, tap.
trying to peel away wallpaper.
I'm tapping to feel for hollow spaces to try to triangulate the wherever it is.
No, get back! I have a pufferfish. What? Oh, what? Angler, what are you doing?
There's treasure in their walls, buddy.
So, what do you mean there's treasure in the walls?
I don't know. Nicky, he had a dream, and then he woke up and he said that there was treasure in the walls.
Nicky who gets punched in the head for a living, Nicky.
Yeah. I figure, it might have opened him up to the resident harmonies of the universe.
Listen,
I mean, maybe, yeah, okay.
It came to me. It's got to be here. It's got to be. We just got to find it, and then we can get out of this. Nobody will owe anything, and it'll all be good.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously, yeah. Let's get this wall. Let's get this wall down. I'll help in a supervisory capacity. So yes, off we go.
Off we go. Yes, as we just begin knocking holes in the wall, and probably eventually Hera will hear that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think she'll probably wake up and then just be like, oh boy. They're doing whatever they want to do. Okay.
We're having lab time.
They're having a male bonding moment.
Cool. It's Augustine. Do we find it? What do we find?
I think we find a... Okay, this is just me kind of ripping off Pulp Fiction a little bit, but I think we find a briefcase that is locked. And it's not just a regular briefcase. It's one of those heavy-duty ones that's almost like a little portable safe. It's got metal sides, and the...
It might be an old kind of magical Atlantean, the sort of something from the golden age of Atlantis, which is a proper sort of magical safe thing.
Yeah, the important thing is it's portable.
For sure. It's got it's got it looks like it's made of marble.
Ooh, yeah, maybe shot through with little veins of something, pearlescent almost.
This is old. It's some sort of box of mystery, a mystery box, if you will.
Yeah, I will.
Put
And
his face against it.
Nicholas starts like trying to pry it open.
I would be very careful about that. If it is as old and magical as it looks like, brute force might be a dangerous thing to bring against it.
No, it wanted me to find it. I saw it in a dream. It wanted me to find it, and like he starts trying to use his teeth to get into it. Just like an absolute mad person, just
Mad lad.
just scrabbling at it. And then there's like a little like flare of light along the pearlescent veins in the marble, and like he yelps and drops it and kind of like swims back a little as it sinks to the listen, you can't blame a guy for trying.
No, that's fair. The real question is if the Primos and the Constantines are both after the Golden Fleece, well, the Constantines at least must have known that this was here. So why, if it was just something that could be pulled out of a wall, why wouldn't they have done it already?
Maybe it gives some sort of protection if you know about it.
Maybe it didn't want to be found. Maybe it's ours now, because, well, yours, you own the Golden Fleece. Maybe it's only for the people who own the place.
Angler looks at Adonis. Donnie, you don't think this is
Just
you know,
the.
like the name, like in here is the
Golden.
thing.
What? I mean, no, that's a myth. That's, you know, and not in the sort of, ooh, it's an old. It's literally a myth. Angler, like of course, I'm so sorry. I forgot you probably aren't aware of it, of Atlantean. So when Atlantis was above the waves, so and Adonis will tell a very like badly half remembered version of is it Theseus and the Golden Fleece?
Jason, I think.
Of Jason of the Golden Fleece. He'll get all the names wrong.
Oh my god. Hera is just there. She's like, oh my god, something is like, I can feel it crawling in the back of my head. Someone is telling a story wrong. She's not going to bother showing up.
But no, it's a legend. I don't think. I mean, no, this is something old, something potentially from before Atlantis fell.
Whatever. It's worth a lot. It's worth Silas dying. Someone.
Well, we should figure out what to do with it so we don't have to die too.
We gotta figure out how to open it.
Whose scene is it currently? Sorry, I've lost.
Oh, it's still mine, I think.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Adonis will very gently pick up the box and like, there's a little bit of a glow as he tries to use some of his magic on it, but then it sort of the glow like increases and he sort of drops it like it's very hot. Probably not something that I can really. Yes.
We need a cracker.
There's crackers in the kitchen. I can go get you one.
Safe cracker.
Oh.
Fingers, man.
Well, do you know anyone?
Buddy, I know everyone.
I kind of want to end the scene on that. Like, hard cut to the next scene.
Okay.
Let me... I want to give Angler a marker, but I also want to transmute the marker on Silas's office Trying to think of how to word it. It's always difficult to figure out how to word tags. I guess hidden depths. Just because there's all sorts of stuff hidden there. It's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so. All right, that's my scene.
Okay, so we will cut to a dark back room in a dingy side alley, a little ways just off the agora. Zach, do you want to describe the cracker that Angler knows?
Yeah. What is a... Oh, it's an octopus.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Brilliant.
It's like Octodad. And that's an octopus who has stuffed some of his tentacles into human or Atlantean clothes, namely a like a stained tank top and slacks with suspenders.
Yep.
And it has a do people smoke? How would people smoke down here? Because I want him to have a cigar.
Well, like previously, I've talked about nicotine seaweed, but
Right,
I think, but like I want there to be like something that actually glows. So I don't know. Maybe there's like
Maybe there's like pipes that are like made out of like a special rock that can heat up the seaweed without flame.
Ooh. Or like there's bioluminescent algae in it.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So this is that cracker.
Okay. What's the name?
His name is Luigi Fingers.
Luigi Fingers. Yes, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And you say you found this in the wall?
Yeah, I don't know how that's relevant, but yeah.
I don't think Adonis is here, or any of the other characters here, or did Angler go alone?
Angler would bring people, he likes to bring people together. So yeah, he would have brought anyone who wanted to come.
Well, I don't think Hera would have gone if they even woke her up after the fact.
Adonis is going to stay behind because he's going to he started thinking big with the casino, so he actually does trust Angler enough to look after this. He's currently drawing up plans for a redesign of the Golden Fleece.
Surveying your domain, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Nikolaus would have come as like backup, and also like he feels responsible for the box, so he's gonna be holding it if Angler will let him.
Sure.
Yes, no, very interesting. Yes, the tentacles sort of are like roving and feeling around the outside. Interesting. You know, Angler, you always bring me the most fascinating puzzles.
Oh yeah, I'm a guy who can get stuff, and the stuff I get is good stuff.
Yes, there's a lot of magic here. A lot of magic, but it feels like it... Angler, you've brought me the wrong path. You see, look, you see these ridges here all along the outside, and here, which, if you look at them just right in the light, they are scrape marks. What you have here, my friend, is not a box, but a key.
Oh.
I don't know what it would go inside, something immense, probably. But you see here how it would slide inside. And these slight protuberances here would potentially, you would grip them and turn. Yes, this is why the magic feels strange. It is waiting to be complete again.
Okay. That... I don't know if that's good news or bad news.
Well, I couldn't possibly say, not without knowing what lock this key went into.
Do you know anything of that size around here? Maybe Undercity stuff?
I mean, I've never really, you know me, Angler. I'm very much a stay in my room and let the mysteries come to me kind of a guy.
Yeah, that's why I like you. You're always easy to find.
Well, I mean, if it's old Atlantis stuff, it wouldn't be anywhere but inside the city, right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a historian. You understand?
But you know who is? Well, not a historian, but a guy who at least knows a lot about what happened before.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
My buddy Donnie, he loves the golden age of Atlantis.
Sure does.
Oh, right. Yes, sorry, I've never met the man.
I should, we should all get, something to eat sometime. It'll be great.
I don't really go out, like I
Yeah,
said, but
we'll get takeout. We'll come here. It'll be great. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay, Anglo. You know, I like you, but we're very much like work friends. You know, I don't really want to, necessarily mix across the. You know how it is.
Okay, sure. That's
You're not hurt, are you? That's.
Oh no, I got a fucking thick ass skin, buddy. All right, let's.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure we were clear on professional boundaries here.
Angler turns away as black inky tears begin to stream out of his face up to the surface.
Nicholas
Get out of here.
pats him on the shoulder.
Fantastic.
Oh no, I've upset you, and after you gave me a weird, cool key. I'm so sorry, Angler.
It's fine. It's fine. Look, listen, it's important to establish boundaries. It's important.
Okay.
I was at a different. I thought we were at a different place, but we weren't, and that's okay.
No, it's probably me. I'm not very good with people, you know.
Oh no, it's fine. You're great. Don't worry. This will not affect any future endeavors. You're the guy I bring cool stuff to.
He a little bit of ink seeps out awkwardly.
Let's get out of here. As Angler picks up the box and runs away. Is that whose scene is this? This is Johnny's scene.
Yes. Do you want me to continue, or I can chuck over?
I think that certainly told us what we need, and that'll get us to a good point for when it comes back to me, and Angler can bring the key back to Adonis. And in the meantime, unless that's what happens in Mab's scene, but who knows?
So I'm probably going to give you another marker there, Zach.
I have so many.
Mm-hmm. And I might. I'm just thinking what marker to. I might actually say as you leave, we get another shot down the barrel of the sniper harpoon gun, and I'm going to transfer the mysterious figures marker into following their every move.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So Mab is up next.
Yes, it's me. So I think it's gonna be back at the fleece, and I found a cat claw on my chair. And so I don't know then if Skiff wants to make a reappearance for Hera to update him, or if we want to have a Hera and Adonis on awkward other sides of the room, being like, "No, we're totally don't want to be here together."
I'd like Skiff.
Okay.
I'd like another angle on the
update from the Constantines. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's Hera doing? And Skiff sort of.
Yeah, I
just
think
casually.
She'll probably be like, "Well, I'm gonna go step outside because my hair is a mess, and this place has no products." So she's gonna go she's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back to my place to pick up some things." and along the way he can like fall in step next to her, or they'll have like a rendezvous point or whatever.
Yeah, you'll notice that Skiff's suit that was previously super impeccable is just a little bit rumpled, like a little like there's clearly been some activity.
Mm-hmm.
So seems like it's been a rough day all over.
Yes, you're not looking too sharp yourself either.
Watch it. I'm not in the mood for games right now.
Neither
What
am
happened
I.
at the Poseidon's Rest? That was...
Unexpected,
That was a
to say
mess.
the least.
For me too. I don't know exactly what's going on there in terms of my family, but from what I understand, you and yours are now the legal owners of the Golden Fleece.
So it seems.
I knew it was a possibility, but we hadn't counted on Silas exiting the picture quite so quick.
Right. Yes. The picture of what he owed you, right?
Oh, you heard about that, did you?
Oh, well, that's not the biggest secret.
250,000.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we don't expect it paid immediately, in full.
Generous as always.
I'm sure that once, just take your time, run the casino, make some changes. If you want, you know what? If you want, we can probably even lend you a little bit more for redevelopment. And then, once we know what we're working with, we can figure out some kind of long-term payment plan. But what's important is that you understand that what this means for the relationship between the Golden Fleece and our family.
My question is that, of course, we owe you money. Silas owed you money, and now we do. But bigger picture, why not just shake it down, get that paid off quicker, unless you really, really were looking for something that just hadn't popped up yet?
I mean, we're very much... He sort of gives you a look as if sort of trying to figure out exactly how much you might know.
Mm-hmm.
We always enjoyed a particular close relationship with Silas. The Golden Fleece is... it's in a very useful position among the lower casinos. It's good for us to have a presence and a friend there. He's lying. He's just sort of he spends a while just spinning out other just not very believable reasons that they might have
platitudes and niceties, and she's like, "Oh, I've never known."
Because fundamentally, 250,000 clams is a lot, and it's like, why haven't they just taken the casino?
Right. Yeah. Interesting. It's a very pretty picture of us that you paint. Down on our luck casino, being helped out by the big Constantine family to show that.
By your friends. It's an election year.
Yes.
We gotta work on that goodwill.
Of course. Of course. Want to look good for the people. I understand.
Of course, if you do happen to stumble across anything interesting, anything out of the ordinary, you let me know, okay?
Of course. You're always the first one to know.
Don't go diving too deep without some backup.
I've already got a deep one on my hands. I don't need any others.
Well, there's a lot going on in this city right now. A lot of different people telling you different things. A lot of dangers if you don't know who your friends are.
Of course. Of course.
And Skiff will float away unless there's anything else that
No.
you're particularly...
Nope.
Yeah.
So she's gonna go grab her things and head on back to the casino.
Yes, so obviously I'm thinking these curtains not nearly plush enough. I mean, I know that we're,
Was he like talking to Hera the whole time? Didn't even notice she was gone.
He's actually no, I think he was. I think he's like spent the last 15 minutes laying out his grand vision of the casino.
She comes back
So
and
what do you
she's like,
think?
"Oh, yes. It all has to go. Just all of it." Mm-hmm.
So you agree?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'll start putting in the orders right away.
With what? Hold on. With what
And he'll swim
money?
away.
Okay. She just pinches the bridge of her nose with the tip of her claws and is just like, all right. Boy. Okay. That's a good one. Let's go ahead and give a marker to the Golden Fleece. I'm not gonna transmute it yet, but it's there.
What a popular location.
Well,
Isn't it?
Whew. Okay. I gotta move this needle forward. Well, I guess we can start with what we know and then move from there as Angler and Nicholas burst back into the Golden Fleece, carrying, I think for the purposes of transportation, Angler has taken off his outer jacket and wrapped the case in it. So he's just carrying a bundle of jacket. And he goes like, Donnie!
Yes, what?
Okay,
What?
I took this to my associate, Luigi.
Oh, yes, Luigi. What did you said that we might be having dinner with him later. Is that still
Apparently
on the
not.
cards?
No, I misread some signs. It's fine.
Okay.
We can have our own dinner. It'll be fine. Anyway, he said this is not in fact the lock, but mayhaps key to some greater vault.
Key?
Yeah, you see the squiggles and the scratches and
No, that makes sense. In old Atlantis, it was rumored that there were all sorts of obviously there were a lot of very powerful sorcerers in old Atlantis before the Grand Council had to use all their magic to, well, he sort of scratches his gills. But I suppose there were always rumours, always legends of, well, vaults or devices or, any number of things that would... Hang on. He suddenly remembers something and... Come with me, follow me.
Mm.
And he runs down into the basement where a whole bunch of old stage props and, broken tables and a busted whirlpool machine are all sort of just lying around. I sometimes use this area for rehearsals or, he sort of pulls shifts a pile of flyers aside to reveal in the floor a sort of a stone indentation, which he has filled with booze. I just thought it was a useful hiding hole, and he'll sort of start to take out the bottles.
Oh, yeah. Angler's gonna help and just pull stuff out and set him aside, almost reverentially. You don't want to be careful with booze. That looks like that's a good fit.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
Well, no time like the present, right?
Should the others be here? Should we not get? At least Nicholas, in case.
Yeah.
I don't know what could be in there.
Yeah.
And I suppose Hera, she does have those claws.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So we go up. We call. Guys.
Yeah?
Check this out.
Oh boy.
Found the key, the lock, the thing, the treasure.
Oh, so that's what that noise was earlier.
Yes. Oh,
Oh, yes, Hera, sorry, to catch you up.
Uh-huh.
Magic box in the wall. Turns out not a box, it's a key. Fits in here. We don't know what's there, but if there is something and it tries to kill us, it might be useful to bit of the old snip, snip, snip. Snip, snip.
Right.
Snip.
Yes.
Snip, snip.
Okay.
And Angler is going to put the key into the impression, and I guess twist or turn or try to
It's
open.
your scene, mate.
Yeah,
Step on
He
it, make it go down
opens
further.
the lock, and as the sorry, was this on the floor or on the wall?
I was imagining it on the floor.
Cool.
I mean, as I say, it's your scene, so if you want it to be in the wall, it absolutely can be.
No, the floor is perfect. The floor kind of starts to glow and like slide apart from a center seam, revealing a long twisting staircase carved from that opalescent marble. And as we all look down at the glittering light before us, there is the click of a hammer being pulled back.
And
and
then
a
you let them
voice.
into our casino.
It says, God, it took you long enough. And that G-Man in the Abe Sapien G-Man is holding a big revolver. And this one is not a fish. It looks like just a revolver made from stone. Like kind of like Atlantis, like the movie Atlantis technology. Glowing blue and black rock. And he says, and he pulls out the badge. And he says, Elliot Loch Ness, Seafloor Authority. And I need what's in there. And that's the end of my scene.
Okay, so we got a final scene.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we're not obligated to resolve any mysteries, my scene is just, you know those scenes sometimes in movies where, like, you've got all of the newspaper articles flashing up and you can see the headlines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the election for the most part. The headlines flash too fast for us to necessarily see who won, or they're framed so we don't necessarily see who won, but we've got a little tiny blurb off to the side that we can see about Silas's death. It's just, a back page obituary kind of thing, talking about leaving the Golden Fleece to his employees as a co-op, that kind of thing. And then another thing about a tragedy striking the Golden Fleece in the wake of Silas's death, but we don't know what the tragedy is.
Yeah, just the headline, more death at the Golden Fleece.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then another, maybe, because this is kind of what I was angling at, another headline it says, new oversight committee pledges to clean up town. The quote is, there hasn't been law here for a long time, which is the Seafloor Authority is like the new, I guess it's the FBI.
Fishy Bureau of Investigation.
Mm-hmm. Whatever's down there, and then gang war erupts. It's all.
Oh yeah, like there's yeah.
Yeah, chaos in the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that from that chaos, the SFA is able to grab a foothold of power.
Cool.
Cool. Oh, that was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So let's do outros. I've been August. You can still find me on Twitter at Harpydora. And playing with me today has been our very special guest, Johnny Sims.
Yeah, you can find MacGuffin and Co. And our stuff at MacGuffinandCompany.com. The Odd Jobs Kickstarter, of which Atlantis City is one of the micro settings. Just to say, if you do pick up a copy of Odd Jobs and have a look at Atlantis City, maybe 50% or so of what we did in this session is in there, and then there's a lot because the micro settings are very much like jumping off points for whatever story you want to tell.
Yes.
And if you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitch and Twitter at MacGuffin and Co. And you can follow me personally at Johnny Waistcoat.
I'm Mab. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Patreon at Little Mab. Little Lady Mab. I don't know where I'm at anymore. Doing shenanigans. The usual.
And I am Zachary Fredrickson. You can find me on Twitter at ObscureandGod. The music I do at iamBugbear.bandcamp.com. And keep an eye out for Sagas of the Sunless Reach coming soon to a Twitch channel near you.
Just any of them. Just watch out.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody open time.is and let's clap. Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/StandingStonesProd. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at Stones_Standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!